out there in the world, the universe, in this time that is the coronavirus pandemic. I wanted to make a YouTube video of sorts because I have not sat down with my phone, which is actually a camera as well, to make a video in such a long time. And I wanted to catch us all up and see how we're doing. So prior to this, things were going pretty well. I actually feel like I had a lot of good work that I was doing. It was all flowing, and it was productive and exciting. That's not to say that that work goes unvalidated because I'm not doing it anymore. I had a really terrific run of playing keyboard in Into the Woods earlier in January. Then rehearsals for You're in Town took place in December and January, and performances happened in February, up until March 1st. Then, also during that time, we were gearing up to do Sister Act, and we were able to do 2 performances until we got shut down. So that was really a bummer because we were doing so good, and it was just really sad that we couldn't finish the run out, which would have actually finished tomorrow. That would have been the final show that I would have conducted. So then, even after that, I also got some bad news that Mamma Mia, that I was playing down at Los Gatos High School, also got shut down because everything got shut down. Broadway, last Thursday, I think it was March 12th, that is when they decided to make Broadway go dark. So, sad times. So, Mamma Mia, we only had a sits probe and a sound check rehearsal, and that was it. No more. So that was supposed to be happening every single day this week up until today. 4 dress rehearsals and then 2 shows. And then next week would have been 3 more shows. So, sad, sad, sad. Maybe I guess you could say it still hasn't hit me yet, but, I'm just staying at home because that's what we're forced to do. The Governor, he's not a governor. Governor Gavin Newsom put a stay-at-home order for everyone in California, which is 40 million people. As of like 3 or 4 days ago, we were just all expected to stay at home, only go out if you absolutely need it, like grocery store, pharmacy, and doctor appointments and stuff. But what's really, not fun is that the pandemic has stretched to almost every country in the world. I think it's up to like 170 countries. We're up to 300,000 known cases and some 12,000 deaths. In the United States, it's not horrible, but it is over 20,000 known cases, most of them happening in Washington State, New York State, and California. So really, it's the hubs of the country. In places like the middle of Nevada, Wyoming, Kansas, there's like no cases. And according to a couple days ago, no one had even died in the entire state of Alaska, because there's not a lot of people that live in Alaska. You have that. I try to pay attention to the news as much as I can, but I'm not gonna overwhelm myself with too much information, because then you can kind of get yourself into this little dark hole and just think that the world is just chaos and that nothing good is gonna become of this. But really, there have been times in the past, think of 9/11. We all didn't have a good time right around then, and this is a different kind of disaster, catastrophe, but it's still something that we're going through. On the side that's beside the virus, you have the stock market, and investments for pretty much everyone I know that has invested in something has lost a lot of money. At least we're not billionaires who have lost $5 to $10 billion, but they're gonna recoup that this year and probably make another 5 or 10 billion on top of that. So don't worry about them. In the reality, yeah, people that have invested modest sums of money have their portfolios have probably gone down 10, 20, 30%, just because if you just invest in a lot of what is following the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones index, then it's gonna rise and fall with that. Just some of the stocks that I pay most attention to, like Apple and Tesla, Starbucks, Netflix, things like that, they've all just lost like 30% of their value. What's interesting too is that Tesla had this big explosion of increase in its value of its stock. It went from under 200 all the way to like 900 plus, close to 1,000, but then it dwindled down to about 300 in the last month or so, and now it's maybe hovering around 400 or something like that. Starbucks isn't doing too well, and I've also heard that might be tanking even more. Today is Saturday. What do you think of my backyard? It's not my backyard, it's my parents' backyard, but it's kind of nice, it's relaxing. I should spend more time out here. The lighting is really nice right now. It's 6:54 in the evening on the 21st of March, 2020. And so, so another thing that I wanted to talk about is travel. This whole pandemic is making 3 things that I love the most not exist right now, which is 1, travel, 2, theater, 3, being around people in groups. And that's not necessarily in that order, but I can't really look forward to traveling anywhere. Not really inspired to book any trips, even though flights are pretty much at their lowest right now. Although I've been checking, just round trip to New York, what it might cost, round trip to Europe, round trip to Thailand. They've been about the same for the last week, so maybe they've realized, okay, we can't lower the price too much more because that just doesn't make any sense. Although, I don't know, I hope I can do some traveling later this year. Some people are thinking that this whole pandemic will last through the summer, in which case I'm definitely going to be seeking other ways to earn income. I have a couple piano students, but 2 students a week via video chat is not going to be enough to make the living that I want to. And I know that any summer work that I was thinking, which would be a musical theater MD/performance gigs, or working at a summer camp, which would be working with people in person, those might not even happen. I could have absolutely nothing lined up for June, July, and August. And I also just talked to my friend who works at the church that I work at, and she was saying that, yeah, church is just not happening. I'm not sure if they're going to do any live streaming or anything, but she was saying she's not needed at the moment. So I know that other places that have church might have volunteer musicians, so they just do that anyway, or maybe they stream the music and then implement it into the thing somehow. But yeah, this is pretty much the first weekend in like 10 solid years, except for when I was, out of town or on vacation, that I have had no work. Saturday and Sunday with no work. No shows, no church, no nothing. But the good thing is I do have some work, so positives. I'm still working at Urban, and I'm also still working with Bentley School and trying to music direct their show. So we're doing a lot of online work, and we're doing it with Zoom. So I'm pretty sure the Zoom stock is going to continue to go up. I checked it the other day. Pretty high, so invest in Zoom. I'm sure they're going to be very popular this year. So Urban, I'm still not doing much because, there's only so much you can do in video conferencing for a choir rehearsal, but, I kind of need to be there to supervise and help out. One project that I've been given for the next week or so is to record all of the songs in this respective voice parts, as all 4 parts, and then also the accompaniments. So I want to do a really good job of that, and I also realized that just sitting on my desk is a wonderful Zoom H4, which I've probably had for 3 or 4 years and used maybe once or twice. It's just a very, very high quality microphone recording apparatus. So I think I want to use that to record those. And so that'll be exciting. Other than that, I haven't done too much of what I really want to be doing this week, which is reading actual books, practicing actual piano, repertoire. But the good thing is I have done some cleaning, getting, my room is getting organized, purging through the mail that I haven't gone through yet, figuring out what I kind of want to do over this next time. I mean, we're taking it day by day, it seems, and that is really all that you can do in this day and age because everything changes. Tomorrow something horribler might even happen. More worse. More bad. Or, we could see that in a week or two that this is gonna subside and it's gonna, pan down, what do they call it? Flatten out, flatten the curve. Hopefully that'll happen. I've been watching a lot of movies. That was fun. I watched Titanic again. Watched the movie Sully from 2016. That was fantastic. I'm gonna watch a few more movies this weekend. Watching some Netflix, a lot of Hulu. I gave in and paid for Hulu with no ads, which is $11.99 a month, instead of the $5.99 a month. But $6 a month, 20 cents a day for the fact that I don't have to listen to their stupid, boring, dumb ads. I think I'm going to need to get YouTube Premium too because I do not like those ads, and there are a couple YouTubers that I really like to watch who I totally understand. They want to monetize their videos. Power to them. They have a way to earn income, but man, sometimes their videos, when they're 15 to 20 minutes long, which are, that's a pretty decent length for like a good informative video of sorts or a good video log or something. There's so many ads, and even though you can skip them after 5 seconds, it just means you have to like pay attention. You can't like sit back, enjoy your coffee, and then just watch the video. You got to always push that skip ad button, skip. I don't think I'm gonna have any ads in this video because I don't even know how to monetize, plus I don't have enough subscribers. So anyway, I have been told that my dinner is ready, so everyone take all of the measures that the safety officials and the virus people and your elected officials have been saying seriously, because the last thing you want to do is inadvertently become part of the cause for anything that keeps going bad. I definitely think I've been washing my hands like 20 times a day, sanitizing all the time, just making sure that, you keep things clean. Don't even leave your house unless you really have to. I think I've only left my house in the car 3 times since Monday. 3 times in 6 days is pretty impressive, I think. But I know some people who haven't left at all. So, yeah. All right. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and, carry on, my wayward son. Carry on.